OpenAI just made a move that completely changes how we think about AI pricing and packaging. They launched ChatGPT Atlas, their own browser. And while most people see this as just another product feature, I, as a pricing strategist, see something much bigger: the ultimate packaging play for pricing control. I was recently reading this news report about Atlas's 6 key features, but then I dug a little deeper into what this really means for the industry. Now, this isn't just about convenience. It is about OpenAI taking control of their entire value chain to simply revolutionize how they can price and package their AI offering. So, here's what I think everyone is missing. When you rely on third-party browsers and infrastructure, you are basically at the mercy of their limitations, their costs, and most importantly, their ability to commoditize your offering. By building Atlas, OpenAI just eliminated a massive constraint on their pricing strategy. Just think about it from a packaging perspective. Before Atlas, OpenAI had to price ChatGPT as a standalone tool that worked within someone else's environment. Now, they completely own the entire experience. This changes everything about how they can structure their future pricing. Let me try to break this down, why this matters for every SaaS company thinking about AI pricing today. According to recent data from Maxio, 44% of SaaS companies are now charging separately for AI features. But here's the problem. When you are dependent on external infra, your pricing is actually constrained by their architecture. OpenAI just showed us a solution: vertical integration for pricing flexibility. By controlling the browser, you can now create pricing tiers based on complete workflows, not just API calls. They can now bundle features that would be impossible to package when you are just a plugin in someone else's environment. Now, let's talk about the regulatory and competitive implications. As AI costs remain volatile, with compute costs dropping 80% annually but complexity also increasing, companies now need more control over their cost structure. OpenAI's browser play gives them that control. They are no longer negotiating with browser companies about integration limits or rev share. They own the stack. This also positions them perfectly for the shift toward hybrid pricing models. Research shows that companies using hybrid pricing, combining subscription with some sort of usage-based element, are actually seeing 21% median growth rates. With Atlas, OpenAI can now implement sophisticated hybrid models that would have been impossible as a third-party integration. Now, here is where it gets really strategic. By packaging a complete environment, OpenAI can now implement what I call outcome-based packaging. Instead of charging for tokens or API calls, they can theoretically charge for completed research tasks, formatted documents, or completely integrated workflows. This is exactly what McKinsey identified as the future of AI pricing, moving from input-based to output-based models. The psychological genius here is reducing what Metronome calls billing anxiety. When customers use ChatGPT through Atlas, they are not worried about how many browser extensions they are running or whether their setup is completely optimized. It is one integrated experience with predictable value delivery. Now, for implementation, here is what other SaaS companies should learn from this move. Number one, identify where third-party dependencies constrain your pricing flexibility. Number two, evaluate whether vertical integration would give you better control over value delivery and cost structure. Number three, consider how bundling could transform your pricing model from feature-based to outcome-based. But there is a deeper play here. OpenAI is preparing for a world where AI becomes commoditized at the model level. Now, by controlling the application layer through Atlas, they maintain pricing power even as the raw AI costs plummet. This is strategic positioning at its finest. The data backs this up. Multi-year SaaS contracts have surged from 14% in 2022 to 40% in 2025. Why? Because companies want predictability in an uncertain AI cost environment. By controlling more of their stack, OpenAI can offer that predictability while maintaining flexibility in their pricing model. Here is my framework for thinking about this. I call it the stack control pricing matrix. On one axis, you have infrastructure control, from fully dependent to fully integrated. On the other, you have pricing flexibility from rigid to dynamic. OpenAI just moved from bottom left to the top right quadrant. Now, if you are a SaaS founder, ask yourself, what parts of your stack could you integrate to gain pricing flexibility? Where are third-party dependencies limiting your ability to package value effectively? And most importantly, how could vertical integration transform your pricing model from cost plus to value based? The lesson here is not that everyone should build their own browser. It is that strategic packaging, controlling controlling enough of your stack to price based on outcomes rather than inputs is becoming the key differentiator in AI-powered SaaS. This is exactly the kind of strategic thinking that separates companies that thrive from those that struggle with AI monetization. If you remember only one thing, remember in the AI era, packaging strategy is pricing strategy. Control your stack, control your pricing power. I am Akhil from Monetizely, and if you are working on your AI pricing strategy and wondering whether vertical integration makes sense for your business, drop a comment. I would love to analyze your specific situation and help you think through the packaging implications for your pricing model.